Thanks, Alex. Good afternoon, Pep. Can I start by asking about the fitness of your squad? You weren't sure, for example, how Sergio Aguero would react after having had COVID. Do you know where he's up to with regards to his fitness, or if he suffered any effects?
No, everything is fine. Everyone is fine except Nathan. And Sergio, now he needs his time. So when one guy suffered COVID, needs some weeks to feel better or feel ready.
Yesterday we saw a couple of your young players go out on loan. With Taylor Harden-Bellis, for example, going to Blackburn, what is it specifically that you hope that will do for his development, and what will he learn by being at Blackburn for the rest of the season?
Playing a good competition and a good team, historical team with real opponents. And the academy, for a short time is good, but it's not a good experience to grow as a player. So when he doesn't have a lot of minutes here in the first time, and he's already 2 seasons training with us. It's different than another young lads that are training every day with us, like it's the first season. So it's the best way to see him in a good competition, just in case we need him back.
And finally, for me, you made a little bit of history in January by winning 9 matches in a row. It's the most successful month by any club in the history of English football. And I know you appreciate the history of football. So given that record goes all the way back to 1888, I just wonder, is it a record that's a little bit extra special for you?
So proud. Not for me, for all the club, all the people working here. So especially in this year, like everyone is more difficult. Of course, we are so proud. That means if nobody has done before, it's how difficult it is, even in good moments. In incredible, huge clubs and teams have been in all history in England, and be able to do it. But no, the target is not this. The target is arrive at the end of the Premier League, fighting for the titles, or for the Premier League. But when I realized what he have done, so it was, wow, it was so good. Because it's not easy win all the January month here in this country.
Go to Hugh Ferris, please, guys.
Hi, Pat. Just on that level of consistency that you found over the course of the last 6 weeks or so, in a season which has been described as inconsistent for a lot of teams, is there a greater value to a period of consistency that you've had?
We were inconsistent during the season as well. So, and we will see how consistent still we are. But yeah, we proved in different type of games. Some games we were more comfortable. Some other games we fought until the last minute. So it cannot be another way. So yeah, if you tell me what's going to happen in the future, my future, is Burnley. The rest we will see next one.
And you spoke about Bernardo being back this week, and like him, John Stones has had a very good year after having a bit of a dip in form, and Ilkay's stepped up a gear as well, particularly. Have you said anything to them to help that happen? Is it a mental thing with them, a physical thing, or even a tactical thing that's helped them blossom again this season?
Everything is important, but I think to reach what we have reached these last 6 weeks, like you said, is everyone was involved, and I think everyone play minutes. I'm a guy like rotate the players quite often. I'm not a big fan just start 11 play every week. First, because mental and physicality, no human being can sustain it if you pretend to be high level all the time, and that's why everybody was involved. The names you said is so good, yeah, definitely. But I think there are a lot of players who were involved in this run, in this period. Like we won a lot of games in a row.
And just finally on the element of consistency that you've had against Burnley, I think you've won 11 of the 12 games that you've played against Burnley. Is there something about the way that you set up and the way that they set up that benefits you?
Always, I think, before a play against Burnley, especially away, I never think will be easy. The players know it. It's a special team. They know. They play together with the same manager, with the Sean Dyche for a long, long time ago. They know exactly what they have to do, and what they do really well. So with the same answer, the same question all the time. In football and sport, what you have done in the past is nothing. When you are beaten, and even when you will lose against them, is the past as well. So every time is a new chance, a new challenge to do, first of all, a good game, to control the aspects and try to beat them. So what happened in the past, I don't pay zero attention. Is how are the players right now, today, especially tomorrow. What do you have to do to beat them? See them in the last games, when beating in Anfield, when against Fulham, when take a good results against Aston Villa, for example, at home. So that is only I'm concerned. What happened in the past is past.
Thank you.
Go to Simon Stone, please, guys.
Hiya, Pep. You got that 500 career victory at the weekend. Where does the drive come from to keep going and going and going? You win so often, yet you still seem to be keen on winning.
I don't know. So especially because the players are good, the clubs where I've been were and is so good, and this is the only reason. And all athletes and sports guys prefer to win than lose. So you lose better when you win, and the people say, well, you win a lot and after you are tired. It's completely the opposite. When you win, it's so addictive, and you won't win again and win again and win again. Comes from there. And when you win titles, said, okay, it's enough to you want more, and comes from there. So to beat the opponent.
Are you almost scared of losing because you win so often? You don't like the feeling.
Yeah, always I had that feeling that I can lose that game. That make me. When you ask me drive. What you drive you mainly is this kind of situation. The opponent security and fear and scary. Like I can lose that game, and that's why I need to work more and everyone's and it's the same. So why should I stop if you are able to win? Why should not do what you have to do to win a game? So it comes from there. No more secrets.
Can it ever be as good as a manager as it was as a player, though?
Sorry? I thought?
Can it ever be as good winning as a manager as it was when you were a player?
The pleasure for the player is incomparable. So I would change right now to be a football player. With the football player, you share it with your mates and the moments of training session, the locker room. The manager you have to a staff, it's okay, but you cannot celebrate it in different way. And especially because at the moment, the 90 minutes, we can shout, we can move our arms, so but our influence is so minor. So I had the feeling when I had the ball in my feet, someone said, oh, now I can control the game. Now I had the feeling I can decide what's happening. Outside, you cannot. So the pleasure to play football is incomparable. So to be a manager. It just... I would say it is a way to continue to be involved in this lovely game. In other side, but I would change right now to have 20 years less to still play football.
Go to James Savunja, please, guys.
Pep, it's been an incredible run when you think about it, 12 victories in a row. But are you excited by the fact that there is still room to improve with this squad?
Absolutely. With the 6 weeks ago, so we are not contenders for anything, and 6 weeks later we are contender. Anything can change so quick in this. So we can drop points, 5 points in 3 days, and it happen. Other teams can happen to you immediately. So only I'm concerned about Burnley, not in the runs we have done, not in the runs we have to achieve. So just Burnley, that's all.
You've been on some incredible runs though yourself as a player and a manager. What is the key to keeping it going? Is it a case of just taking one game at a time from what you said in your last answer? Absolutely.
When you start to think about it, the next 4, 5, 6 fixtures, you will drop points between these 4, 5, 6 fixtures. So It's a Shondike team. Only I'm concerned and see what you have to do, take a good selection and win the game.
Have there been any times in your career as a player or manager where you have made the mistake of thinking too far ahead?
Yeah, in the beginning, yeah, a little bit, but I learn quick. So I'm not thinking for the next one before the. Absolutely not.
And just final question from me, Pep. How much of a boost has it been having Sergio back on the training field this week?
But there's still no training in the field, so start to move a little bit yesterday. So he will need a few weeks to come back. But it's important that the specialist is negative. This is the most important thing. He's healthy again, and now come back again. But of course, it's important for us to have him here back. Of course.
Goes to Bill Rice for the embargo, please, guys. Sorry, Bill, we can't hear you. I can see you're off mute. Is there anything you can do at your end?
Hiya, Pep.
There we go.
It's been an incredibly inconsistent season because of the pressures involved, and yet your team in recent weeks seems to have found that consistency. I just wonder if you think you can keep that going and repeat the incredible consistency you had 2 years ago over the rest of this season, or is a dip at some point inevitable?
It's barely. The consistency is barely. No more than that. When we were winning a lot of games in a row in the past, never thought how many games we have to win in a row. We just thinking next one. I don't think for 1 second how many games we have to win to be still there. So barely win this game. And if you win, celebrate it that night. Think the next one. The good teams, when they are in the shower after a good victory, are thinking in the next one. This is the good teams, the good mentality. So, and we celebrate it now more than ever in a normal way, calm, and think in the next one. This is the only way.